Did you get to see the Kell Brook victory over Kevin Bezier, and do you think he needs to step up in terms of names like you're doing with Canelo?
I think I've been saying it for a long time. If they want the fight between me and myself and Kell Brook, he needs to definitely up the game. He needs to fight. He's a world champion. I know these back-to-back mandatories and stuff. He's at his peak of his career where he needs to have these top fights and these big names. He needs to fight these big names. Win or lose, why is he afraid to fight these big names? Because he thinks he'll get beat. I mean, he needs to. One thing about the fight fans love me because I fight guys who even, I don't have to fight. I mean, I'd have to take this fight against Canelo, but I want to give it for the fight fans. I want to give it to the people, prove what position I'm in and what level of a fighter I am. I think Kell Brook needs to do the same. I think he just needs to grow a bit of balls and fight some bigger names.
Oh man, AK annihilating Kell. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. So you guys seen the title of the video. I want to talk about Amir Khan, his recent jab at fellow countryman Kell Brook. Now I'm on his verified Twitter, evident by the blue check mark, and we'll see what Khan's talking about. Now, also, just for those that don't know, some people are asking, hey Ego, why didn't you do a review on the face-off? It's because I didn't watch it. There was so much boxing on yesterday. Errol Spence Jr., I had to get press conference up, different things like that. So I didn't get to watch it, but I'll probably watch it today. So if you guys have seen it, let me know what you guys thought of it. Also, the link is in the description. It is on HBO Boxing's YouTube, and you can watch it even if you don't have HBO, as long as you have internet connection. So make sure you check it out. Now, let's see what Khan put. I'll expand it. Amir Khan says, one thing for sure, I would never turn down a huge fight with Cotto. Hashtag legend. And congrats to Errol Spence Jr. Great win last night. So, let me let you guys, fill you guys in on what this is about. Rumor has it that Kell Brook was offered a fight for Cotto. Now, on my website, there's an article about Miguel Cotto, who's going to sit on the sidelines, sit out until the fall, because he couldn't find a worthy pay-per-view option for his career for this summer. They were trying to have him fight in the summer at the Barclays. Make sure you check out my website. I also did a video on it. Make sure you check those things out for more clarification. So bottom line, Cotto will not fight until the fall. He couldn't find an opponent that was worthy, that didn't want too much money, that would sell on HBO pay-per-view, because that's where his next fight is supposed to be slated, on HBO pay-per-view. Now, rumor has it that Kell Brook was one of the people that were offered a Miguel Cotto fight, and that's why Amir Khan is saying this and jabbing at Kell Brook, saying, hey, if I were you, I would have never turned down a fight with Miguel Cotto. And then he also congratulated Errol Spence Jr. on his win, and he looked good. I mean, I'm sure this was a good look for Errol Spence Jr. Check out my post-fight, really, because there was a barometer in the fight with Chris Algieri, is a barometer test. And even guys like Amir Khan, who we're talking about right now, he went the distance. And this is a guy with way more pro-level experience. He has an Olympic silver medal. Manny Pacquiao couldn't stop Chris Algieri, neither could Ruslan Provodnikov. So very impressive stuff from the 26-year-old Errol Spence, and Khan is showing his congratulations. Now, the funny thing in boxing is it's real crazy in boxing, because that's Khan's wife. I do feel that Amir Khan did not ducked a fight with Kell Brook. That's just what I believe. I think it was a lot of pressure. It's kind of like a Mayweather-Pacquiao situation in terms of no guy wants to lose that fight because there's so much riding on it. And some people are like, oh, but why is Khan willing to fight a much bigger Canelo? Because Canelo is from Mexico. He's from Guadalajara, Mexico. Kell Brook is from the UK. Amir Khan is from the UK. They're both from England. So it's just a different level of pressure riding on it. They were both side by side years ago, maybe 2013, on Sky Sports, talking about who got the best of when they used to spar. And he was like, yeah, do something, do more in the sport, become a champion, then I'll fight you. And they're basically talking about they'll beat each other's ass and things like that. So it's a different level of pressure when you're fighting somebody from your region. Like, this is bragging rights. You know what I mean? Like, I have a friend from New York, and he was telling me about a beef he had with another guy from New York, and he said he beat the dude, and then people at home back in Brooklyn or whatever, they would clown the guy that he beat because it was a long-standing beef, and they never fought, and they end up fighting. And this is not even I'm just talking about a street fight. This is not even a professional fight. But bottom line is the dude that he beat wasn't able to walk the streets of his neighborhood without people bringing up the fight and what happened, and that was the other dude losing. So you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Amir Khan would lose to Kell Brook. We would have to wait and see the actual fight, but it's a different level of pressure to lose to that. Like, you could easily say if you lose to Canelo, oh, that was just I took a chance and it didn't pay off. Conor McGregor, he's like, oh, I moved up to 170, I took a gamble and it didn't work out. I had a last minute replacement. So even though it's a loss is a loss is a loss. There's different types of losses. It's just like knockouts. There's different. Some people can get TKO'd, or you can get knocked out where your head's almost decapitated and you're smooth out, like Pacquiao versus Marquez or whoever. You know what I'm saying? So there's different severities, and I think a Kell Brook fight with Amir Khan holds a different weight and a different amount of pressure than a fight with Amir Khan and Canelo, because he's never fought past 150, right? He only has 3 fights at 147, so Khan could easily just say that, oh, hey, I was out of my league. I didn't realize how big and strong Canelo was. I'm dropping back down to 47. But now let's talk about Kell Brook. I just gave my thoughts on Amir Khan. Kell Brook needs to step it up, period. We interviewed Amir Khan. He said the same thing. I mean, I think most of the boxing world, unless you're a super biased Kell Brook fan, you can't really justify all of the mandatories that he's had. Like, he got stabbed after the Sean Porter fight, and he wanted to face his mandatory, which was considered a light challenge, right? Not someone that was going to pull up the upset, and that was JoJo Dan. That was forgivable. I gave him a pass. I'm like, okay, he just got stabbed. He needs to see if everything's his leg, he has the same mobility, things like that. But then fighting Kevin Bezier and Frankie Gavin, like, it's just, come on. Like, I understand the nature of mandatories, right? But you don't have to. They're not the IBF and all the belt holders. They've been doing this for a while. They're going to be reasonable. You can also appeal for extensions and different stuff, and I'm not even going to get into all the particulars. So Amir Khan and most of the boxing world, they're right. Kell Brook, he has not fought anyone remotely close to a Sean Porter since Sean Porter. Like, name anybody he's fought that you would rank up there as one of the best welterweights. You know what I mean? Porter could say, hey, I beat Devin Alexander when he was a champion. I beat Julio Diaz. I had to draw with him, and then I came back and set the record straight. A lot of people are favoring him versus Keith Thurman. That remains to be seen in June at the Barclays. He beat what's his name? He beat Eric Bonet, right? He beat Adrian Broner, you know what I'm saying? So he's a credible welterweight. That's why people want to see Porter versus Thurman, because he's a credible welterweight. Who would want to see Keith Thurman versus JoJo Dan? Keith Thurman versus Frankie Gavin? Like, I wouldn't want to watch that. People would clown Keith Thurman for fighting Frankie Gavin, Kevin Bezier, and JoJo Dan. You know what I mean? They clowned him when he fought Leonard Bundu, who was undefeated, and he was like maybe 40 years old, but he was an undefeated Olympian. You know what I mean? So imagine if he was fighting JoJo Dan. So it's no different than Kell Brook fighting him. I understand mandatories, but to me, that's a cop-out. So he needs to step up. And if you were offered a Cotto fight, which I don't know, I can't confirm that at the moment, then that would have been a great opportunity. Cotto was desperate for an opponent, and Kell Brook said he would go up and fight Gennady Golovkin, or Eddie Hearn, or one of them said he would go up and fight Golovkin. Why would you turn down a Cotto fight? And I think that's what Amir Khan's getting at. And if that's the case, if he did actually do that, then he has a point. So bottom line, Kell Brook, he's been the king of mandatories and making sure those duties are fulfilled. Now your mandatory is Errol Spence Jr. The ball's in your court. Let's see what you do, because that's going to look really bad on Kell if, again, being the king of mandatories and always making sure that he was fulfilling his IBF duties as a champion. Oh, I gotta fight this guy. I gotta fight Frankie Gavin or JoJo Dan or whoever, Kevin Bezier. I must fight them, right? If that's your MO and that's your protocol for you and your team, and then Errol Spence looks sensational versus Chris Algieri, and then all of a sudden you say, oh, we're not fighting him, that's gonna look real bad. Let me know what you guys think. drop it in the comment section. Share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.